really protects you, but also your family as well. Again, that number is 800-725-2988, or visit us at networthadvisorsllc.com.
Matt, as always, thank you so much for stopping by. It's great to have you on the show each week. You bring a lot of really valuable information. I know our listeners are thankful for it, and I'm thankful for the time as well. So thank you so much. We want to give you that number one more time. I also want to give you an opportunity to get Beth's book in your hands, Net Worth for Retirement, a great resource as well. You can get that by reaching out, calling 800-725-2988, or going to that website, networthadvisorsllc.com. Thank you so much for spending an hour with us this week on the Net Worth Financial Hour. We're back next week right here with Beth and Matt, so don't miss it. Have a great week, everyone.
Net Worth Advisors, LLC is an independent financial services firm that utilizes a variety of investments and insurance products. Investment advisory services are offered only by registered individuals through Net Worth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. The opinions expressed by Net Worth Advisors on this show are their own and do not reflect the opinion of this station. All statements and opinions expressed are based upon information considered reliable, although it should not be relied upon as such. Any statements or opinions are subject to change without notice. Information presented is for educational purposes only and does not intend to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Information expressed does not take into account your specific situation or objectives and is not intended as recommendations appropriate for any individual. Listeners are encouraged to seek advice from a qualified tax, legal, or investment advisor to determine whether any information presented may be suitable for their specific situation. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. This radio show is a paid placement.
The proceeding was paid for by Net Worth Advisors. Information on the program was intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information heard on the preceding program.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
Ms. Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country. And you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Allison Keyes. President Trump is warning Iran as the U.S.-led war on that nation escalates and a search is on for a missing American crew member after 2 U.S. planes were shot down. CBS's Torian Small with the latest.
After extending a Friday deadline for the country to reopen the Strait of Hormuz to Monday night, the president Saturday posted a new warning on social media that, quote, all hell will rain down on Iran in 48 hours if they continue to squeeze the choke point for the world's energy supply. We haven't heard yet from the president on the missing crew member of a downed U.S. fighter jet in Iran as a search and rescue operation continues. Torian Small, CBS News, Washington.
CBS News national security analyst and Marine Corps vet Aaron McLean calls it a dangerous situation.
It's extraordinary in a way that we've done thousands and thousands, I think over 10,000 missions in Iran now without this happening yet. But you do this enough, you do this every day, you're doing hundreds of sorties every day, eventually something like this is going to happen.
It's a smooth ride so far for NASA's Artemis 2 mission for a fly-around of the moon. CBS's Adriana Diaz with details.
The Artemis 2 crew is getting closer and closer to the moon, farther and farther from Earth. The 4 astronauts are now more than halfway to the moon. They blasted off on the historic mission Wednesday. They are scheduled to fly around the moon on Monday before returning to Earth late next Friday night.
In Rome, Pope Leo XIV marks his first Good Friday as pontiff. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
The Pope carried a wooden cross for all of the 14 stations of the Way of the Cross at the Colosseum yesterday. But this was interesting. He's actually the first Pope to do so in decades because he's physically able. Now, some 30,000 faithful followed the hour-long procession with prayers that were heard over loudspeakers tonight. Pope Leo will celebrate Holy Saturday with Easter Vigil Mass in St. Peter's Basilica. And then tomorrow, he'll give the crowd the annual Easter blessing in a flower-adorned St. Peter's Square.
But the weather might ruin some of those fancy Easter outfits in the U.S. CBS News meteorologist John Elliott.
New York, 150 years of Easter bonnets. I hope they're waterproof. Going to be wet there. I know. Here comes Grinch. Philadelphia, wet. Richmond's going to be wet. There's a big one in New Orleans, about a 70% chance of rain. Hands down, San Francisco's got the best weather for an Easter parade.
Now that Pam Bondi has been fired by President Trump as Attorney General, what's next for the president's quest to punish his political enemies? She failed to win cases against them amid pushback from judges, several grand juries, and some skeptical Justice Department employees. The White House has blamed activist judges. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Strikes back.
Darren Henson is the choreographer behind NSYNC's hit Bye Bye Bye. He's suing Sony Music, claiming the company illegally licensed his routine for use in the film Deadpool and Wolverine.
Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever.
Henson says he owns the copyright to the choreography and never gave permission for its use in the movie. Sony has reportedly questioned whether the dance can be copyrighted at all. The lawsuit seeks compensation and recognition of ownership and could have major implications for how choreography is protected and paid in film, music, and gaming. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Are you among those dying Easter eggs this weekend? There are things you can do to be safe. There's a plethora of information on social media on handling your egg dying in a gorgeous way, but you need to hard-boil your eggs and don't break the 2-hour rule for how long they're safe at room temperature. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and sun, breezy and very warm this afternoon. High near the record of 83. A spotty early evening shower, then rainy. Some of that rain heavy overnight, along with a thunderstorm. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Unapologetic in his talk. It's Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is Michael Bartley. Welcome back. 2 to 5 on a Saturday. Here we go. It's Holy Saturday for you Christians who know what that means. You know, there's a Jesuit priest, Father James Martin, who has been on my program, who I'm a big fan of, and he's a columnist for America Magazine, which is the Jesuit magazine that I read because I went to a Jesuit school. He has this great piece in there called "Holy Saturday Teaches Christians the Right to Wait," and let me just give you the first paragraph. Most of our lives are spent in Holy Saturday. In other words, most of our days are not filled with the unbearable pain of a Good Friday, nor are they suffused with the unbelievable joy of an Easter. Some days are indeed times of great pain and some of great joy, but most are in between. In the ending paragraph in his piece, he writes, "Because change is always possible, renewal is always waiting, and hope is never dead." So I when I read that, I thought, today's the day when I'm going to have some dear friends on this air, for you to get their thoughtful, inspirational messages of hope for Easter. Today at 2:35, and she's just got back from Blessing of the City with every Christian denomination. She's the executive minister of Christian Associates, Liddy Barlow. I have her at 2:35. At 3:05 today, I have a dear friend, the stake president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Mike Snow, President Mike Snow. He's a wonderful guy. Oh, man, I love him. As for now, leading off, and appropriately so, one of the most respected, one of the most popular, if not the most popular, he'll get mad at me for saying that, priest in the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh, Father Nick Vaskov. Father, I'm so glad you have time for me today.
My pleasure, Michael. I was rolling my eyes as you were saying that. So.
You know, hey, but it's true. Hey, I know, and it's so fun. We have so much fun together. So wait, and I'm so happy you had time. So your next thing is the Easter Vigil tonight, then?
Correct, 8:30 p.m.
Okay. Father Nick is the pastor of the Shrines of Pittsburgh Divine Mercy Parish, which includes, Father, how many churches?
8 churches.
Mm-hmm. So when you have the vigil tonight, all 8 come to where? St. Stan's? Where?
So we have 2 vigils. I'll be at Epiphany Church downtown next to the arena.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Father Tom Cadlick, who's the other priest with me, he'll be at St. Stan's in the Strip.
So, your 8 churches are, and I'm going to get to your message in a minute, but people love this.
Yeah.
When I think of Epiphany, and I used to go, if I was downtown, I'd go in there for noon mass. When I think of St. Mary's of the Point, I'd get downtown. If I was downtown, I could go there for noon mass. You have some major historic churches under your leadership.
I do, and many of them date back to the earliest days of the church in Pittsburgh. St. Patrick's in the Strip, the first parish in Pittsburgh dating back to 1808. And St. Mary's at the Point is really built to commemorate the first Mass some 265 years ago that took place at Fort Duquesne. Yeah, they just really gets to the roots of the Catholic faith in Pittsburgh and a lot of the immigrants, Polish churches, Croatian churches, German churches, Irish churches. So it just, the breadth of faith in this area really is celebrated where we are.
And we're just this mosaic of ethnicity, of neighborhoods and ethnicity in Pittsburgh, are we not?
We are, and each neighborhood sometimes its own, or in a place like the Strip District where so many come together, it just, I think, just really highlights and really makes visible the body of Christ to me, which is every time, every people, every place. It's right there at my fingertips.
And you know what, Father, and St. Stanislaus in the Strip District, and Old St. Pat's for that reason as well, in those days, the Strip wasn't necessarily considered a neighborhood. Those were workers in the Strip District who worked all night long and then went to church in the morning. Am I right?
Exactly. There were some little neighborhoods of Polish people and Irish people, but exactly, either people working in the mines and the mills, people working at the produce terminal, the other manufacturing that was happening in the Strip District. It was not the vibrant and colorful place that we know it as now.
Father Nick Vaskoff, for people who are faithful, even and people who are struggling with their faith, no matter what, tomorrow is Easter Sunday. It is it is the big deal. Of course, the birth of Jesus and the resurrection of Jesus is this gigantic deal. And I started off talking about hope, and I just want to. And I'm asking all of my guests today, and you guys are just wonderful, true leaders in Pittsburgh. We fight so much politically. We're at war. We're going about gas prices and what we can afford, what we can't do, what we can do, all this type of thing. Tomorrow, shouldn't we be? No matter what happens, my dear friend and yours. Bishop David Zubik, who I saw recently, and I love him. He used to say, nothing is impossible with God. So no matter what the stresses we feel, the pressures, the anxiety we feel, Jesus is resurrected tomorrow, and we need to connect to it. As far as I'm not trying to be preachy. We need to connect to it because that's our hope. That's the epicenter of our faith, is it not?
It really is, and that there is always hope. Like you talked about Father James Martin in his article for Holy Thursday, right? This often is where we find ourselves, not in the depth of sorrow of yesterday, and not always in the immense joy of tomorrow, but just in this moment where, okay, maybe there's something more, maybe there's something greater, maybe there's something brighter, and then Jesus' resurrection reveals that to us, and to say sometimes we have to wait, and sometimes it's not just one day like we are now. Sometimes it's a while, and oftentimes it's because God's making our heart ready for that. Sometimes our heart has to be made ready for that in order for us to really receive the fullness of that joy and that life and that hope.
And I didn't want to put words in your mouth. What are you planning on saying to your parishioners tonight at the Easter Vigil and tomorrow?
Sure. Really, my thoughts are sort of the culmination of the past few days, right? Because Holy Thursday, we talked about when I saw you yesterday, the washing of the feet and that call to service. And, okay, the God wants us to be a part of it and to look at others and how we can help them. And sometimes it means humbling ourselves, which isn't always easy, but to do that in order to maybe help others be at their best. And then yesterday, Good Friday, we hear a message from the letter of the Hebrews that says, we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with us, because not only does he know physical suffering and maybe the most immense physical suffering, he knows suffering of the heart, right? His best friends betrayed him and denied him and fled at his lowest moment. And so he knows that. And when we're going through that, he knows that. He's so near to us. And then tonight we hear sort of the story of God's hand and his love for his people throughout the history of salvation, from the creation of the world until where we are today. And who are the first people that he appears to after he rises from the dead, but those who are most fearful? Mary Magdalene and the other women, Peter and John, the other apostles. Right? So if we're at a moment where we think that God doesn't care about us, when we're most anxious or most worried, that's when he wants to come to us the most. It takes our part. We have to open our hearts to it. We just have to say, okay, Lord, come on in. Sometimes we think we can do it ourselves, but he's there to show us that he is there for us always, as he has always been, and his promises always to be. So I think it's really all of those things. The nearness of God, he knows what we suffer, and in rising from the dead, he shows us life in abundance here and in its fullness in the life to come.
That is so beautiful, Father. Nick Vaskoff is my guest. Can I just mention again, you mentioned no matter how, listen, we're never alone, Father, as you said. God is always there. We need to open our hearts, as you say. Can I just tell you that I'm not obsessed, but I'm sort of half obsessed with those images of our Bishop Ekman washing the feet of inmates at the Allegheny County Jail. That listen, when we all get lonely, we all suffer, we all think, oh, God hates me and I'm alone and I'm this and I'm that, and here are those men and women in the jail, and this bishop goes in to wash their feet as a symbol of, well, you tell me what you saw.
Right, and it's something that the bishops of Pittsburgh have done for many years, going to the Allegheny County Jail, washing the feet of either men or women. They usually one year the other. They don't bring them together, unfortunately, for the same mass. But that recognition that no one is incapable of the love and mercy of God, right? And we all know when we do things that maybe we realize we shouldn't, we're remorseful, and maybe we feel we don't need to be forgiven, or that we can't be loved. And I think that's a very powerful reminder, that image, and the bishop just so willingly and tenderly going in there and saying, no, everyone deserves the love and mercy of God. Because that's why God made us, to love us. He didn't make us for any other reason. And then he calls us to love one another, right? So he made us to love us, and then he shows us how to love, and that's what he asks of us in return. And so that experience and that encounter of the bishop going to the jail and washing the feet of those inmates is really powerful to us, because we might have our own feelings to say, good riddance for what they've done. And it's like, no, God bless them, and God be at work in them as we want him to be at work in everybody.
And it's
so I think it's just a really powerful moment.
And it's not like that bishop walked in there and said, "Oh, are you Catholic?" No, he didn't. Okay,
no.
Okay, you know what I mean, Father. Listen, and that's another. Yep. That is another. You opened your remarks because I asked you about your churches and your parish and the neighborhoods. One of the other things that we take great pride, and I have just a minute left, Father, but a great pride is our interfaith connections and how well we get along. When my friends opened their temple the Latter-day Saints Temple in Cranberry. I went there, and I just missed for the open house, and I had just missed Bishop David Zubik, who was there, and he and I talked about it, and no matter what. No matter what the different faiths are, Jewish and Muslim and Christian, our interfaith dialogue in Pittsburgh is second to none. We are a trailblazing region related to that, and Easter is a good time to remember that and renew that.
Exactly. There's more that unites us than divides us. And while we work through the differences sometimes, when we work together in that great love of God, we can accomplish so much. And I think we try to do that constantly.
Father Nick Vaskoff, happy Easter to you. What are you making tomorrow? You're going to have your kielbasa?
Kielbasa, ham, Oscar bread, horseradish. It's going to be good.
Tell your Aunt Karen I love her. Tell I love the whole Vaskoff family. I'll see you soon, my friend.
I will. Love you too, Michael.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Happy Easter. Father Nick Vaskoff, what a wonderful human being. He's the pastor of Divine Mercy Parish. I'll be right back.
When you need to talk, we're here for you. Always have been. News Radio KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
When the power goes out, safety is Duquesne Light Company's top priority, and it should be yours too. If you see downed or hanging power lines, stay at least 30 feet away and immediately call DLC's emergency number at 888-393-7100. Call 911 for any emergency medical needs, and keep your refrigerator and freezer doors closed to help preserve food. Report any outages using the free DLC mobile app or at DuquesneLight.com. No internet. Call 888-393-7000.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to GoodRx.com/weight loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
Springfest is happening now at Lowe's. Keep the spotlight on your yard with Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch, 5 bags for $10. Plus, when you want more help indoors, get up to 40% off select major appliances that help you supercharge your chores. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid to 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Welcome back on this Holy Saturday. Michael Bartley with you on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA. You know, boy, that was just a wonderful. I love Father Nick Vaskoff so much. I'm getting all these texts and emails about his messaging, and yeah, we have to open our hearts. I get all bent out of shape about politics and about this and that. We all do. Pressures of different things in life. That's what life is. That's what life is. And I remember one time, and I'm not trying to be preachy today. I'm the least preachy person you'll ever meet in your life. Hey, if you're an agnostic I couldn't care what you are. You know, just it's your life, not mine. I'm not trying to, change anybody's religion or faith. I am who I am. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And I know when someone has a deep, profound, inspiring message, and Father Nick always has one. I go to him at Christmas and Easter. Executive Minister Liddy Barlow of Christian Associates always has an extraordinarily wonderful, inspiring message. And so does my dear friend Mike Snow, President Mike Snow of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He's an honorable, good man. Yeah, you got to go to good people. You just do. My dear friend, Sister Sue Fazzini. Oh, from Denora. You talk about a neighborhood girl who made good, and it's not about money, it's not about title, it's about doing good for me. It is. And it's about service. It's about service. You know, at the end of that conversation with Father Nick, I was talking about ecumenical interfaith dialogue, that Pittsburgh is maverick and trailblazing. It really is. And hey, listen, I was at the interfaith deal at the Vatican with the Pope and at that time Bishop Wuerl and rabbis and Muslim leaders and everybody together. It was so powerful. And to me, that's what Easter is. It's powerful. And I never say, oh, my faith is better than your faith. We know what we're doing. And I would never be so disgustingly arrogant and judgmental and using religion to hate. Like a religious right said to me once, why do Catholics pray to saints? We don't. We ask for intercession. I'm just bringing that up. I'm not starting trouble. I'm bringing that up because I think we can all get along. And Father Nick's right. We have more in common than we don't. No doubt about it. But they blessed our city today on Mount Washington. And I'm going to ask Minister Liddy Barlow all about it. She's one of the leaders there. She is the leader up atop Mount Washington. All right, CBS Radio News coming up. And then I'm going to have Executive Minister of Christian Associates Liddy Barlow join me to see what her Easter message is. And she is one of the most respected religious leaders in Western Pennsylvania. Take it to the bank. Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the Education Director of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Tim Neff.
Army Corporal Thomas Wallman of Allegheny County was awarded the Silver Star Medal for gallantry in action on the 26th of June, 1951 in Korea. His company was given the mission of securing a hill position heavily defended by enemy troops. Approaching the objective, the company was halted by automatic weapons fire and hand grenades from enemy bunkers. Corporal Wallman quickly realized that the first of those bunkers had to be knocked out before his company could advance. Without hesitation, he obtained an automatic rifle and ran forward through enemy fire. Though half blinded and dazed by grenade concussion, Wallman reached the bunker, pointing his weapon into its entrance, firing until the enemy weapons were silenced.
To nominate a qualifying hero for the Hall of Valor, visit online at soldiersandsailorshall.org.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more, so you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Ready to start thinking like Wall Street without leaving Main Street? Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 for a slice of advice with Kelton Burgess. Right here on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
CBS News Brief. President Trump is threatening to rain down all hell on Iran as that conflict escalates and a search continues for a missing U.S. airman. CBS News national security analyst Aaron McLean.
Air superiority doesn't mean that the other guys don't get to shoot back or don't try to shoot back from time to time, and clearly they had a system still available to them that could take down an F-15 and an A-10, as it turns out, because we lost another aircraft yesterday as well, though the aircrew safely ejected outside of Iran.
Iran is also going ahead with attacks in the Middle East. CBS's Chanel Mazel.
Missiles lit up the sky in Tel Aviv overnight as Iran fired another barrage of strikes at Israel.
NASA's Artemis 2 is more than halfway to the moon now on its mission for a fly-around. CBS's Mark Strassman.
This crew is now more than 150,000 miles from Earth. Think about that for a second. And with each passing second, they get farther away from the rest of us.
CBS News Brief from Allison Keys.
Hi, this is Father Tom Burke of the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus as we focus on the Diocesan Basketball Championships. Catholic Education Plus airs this Sunday morning at 6:30 and is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos and the Diocese of Pittsburgh.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to goodrx.com/weight loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. How this is taxes.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
If you dread dealing with your insurance more than getting stuck in an elevator with an overshare,
Bean burrito for lunch.
you have Insuranoia. You should have NJM. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will bring clouds and sun. It'll be breezy and very warm with a high near the record of 83. A spotty early evening shower, then rain, some heavy overnight, and thunder as well. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, back to it on Monday. Having a great weekend. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6. I'll catch you on Monday right here, KDK.
In the meantime, it's Easter weekend. Michael Bartley with you. Always 2 to 5 on Saturday. It's Holy Saturday. And again, I just love the first line of my friend, Father James Martin, the Jesuit, writes for America Magazine. He's been on this show. And again, he writes, most of our lives are spent in Holy Saturday. In other words, most of our days are not filled with the unbearable pain of a Good Friday, nor are they suffused with the unbelievable joy of an Easter. Some days are indeed times of great pain, and some are of great joy, but most are in between. Isn't that the case? Easter Sunday tomorrow, and you know, today, the Christian Associates of Southwest Pennsylvania, they got all the denominations together on Mount Washington today to bless our city. And my guest right now is the leader of them all, Reverend Liddy Barlow, who I used to serve on the Human Relations Commission with. She's such a wonderful human being. Liddy, Minister Barlow became the first woman to be installed as Executive Minister of Christian Associates of Southwest Pennsylvania. She reports to the Council of Bishops and Judiciary Executives, who represent 29 Protestant, Catholic, and Orthodox church bodies throughout Greater Pittsburgh. As Executive Minister, Reverend Barlow sets a vision for Christian Associates and manages all of the organization's projects and relationships. Reverend Barlow, Minister Barlow, Liddy Barlow, my friend, welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, and almost happy Easter.
Yeah, I know, it is. Now, do you have a service like that candlelight service tonight thing? Do you have to do that too?
Yeah, so I am not leading one, but I am attending an Easter vigil, that beautiful, dramatic, ancient service of the first service of Easter that starts in the darkness of Saturday night and reminds us that Easter happens in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Christ
Oh, yeah.
rises while it is still dark in John's Gospel. And I love that. I think there's a lot of meaning there.
I love that too. Well, okay, wait. So Reverend Barlow, you were on Mount Washington today, and tell us what happened there, and what the different denominations were there, and it's interfaith. I know, and because I brag about Pittsburgh being an interfaith city. I just love that about us. Tell us what happened on Mount Washington today.
Yeah, so today was the 35th annual Blessing of the City for Easter. And so we had Christian leaders present from the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh, from the Byzantine Catholic Archeparchy of Pittsburgh, from the Southwestern Pennsylvania Synod of the ELCA Lutheran Church, Pittsburgh Presbytery, the Presbyterians, the Salvation Army, the United Methodist Church, the United Church of Christ, all of us celebrating Easter tomorrow. Of course, Christian Associates also includes our Orthodox Christian brothers and sisters who will be celebrating Easter next Sunday. So their Holy Week is just kicking off today. But those of us in the Western churches gathered on Mount Washington to provide an Easter message to the city, to bless Pittsburgh, and to pray for all of its people and its welfare.
That is so beautiful. And by the way, over the years, Christian Associates has been very, very close to people of the Jewish faith, the Islamic faith, and it's such a reminder of that we can come together and we have more in common than we think we do.
Yeah, absolutely. While our primary mission is fostering visible Christian unity, building bridges with people of all faith traditions and people of no faith at all has always been part of our work as well. I see us as a kind of consulate office for Christianity, representing the faith in spaces that don't understand it. And yeah, I think some of those relationships have been incredibly fruitful, not just in terms of the personal relationships that we have fostered, but also the ways that those have made a real impact on the life of the city.
And you've knocked down barriers with race and sexual orientation and limitations that shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that we, as Christians, there are many things that that Christians don't agree on, that we're still trying to figure out. But, all of us believe that people are made in the image of God, that people have an inherent worth and dignity, and that the flourishing of our neighborhoods is part of God's will for our community. And so it's easy for us to find ways that we can work together because we do have so much in common.
Reverend Barlow, when you lead your service tomorrow, Easter Sunday, and forgive me, it's a Lutheran, right? No.
So I'm actually United Church of Christ.
United Church of Christ. Okay, I'm sorry, yeah. Lydia. I have so many faiths in my head today. I'm sorry. So wait,
there's a lot of them.
Okay, in Pittsburgh? Oh man. Wait. So Lydia, tomorrow. What will your message be for Easter Sunday? And I'm asking because I asked the same thing at the top of the hour with Father Nick Vaskoff. You've met him 100 times. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's great.
And I ask this because we're at war and we seem to be fighting with each other, and gas prices and insecurity and anxiety and all these type things. And, for me, the Easter Sunday is reserved for the resurrection, that I have to trust in God, and I have to open my heart, and everything's going to be okay. And we have to have faith to think everything's going to be okay. But I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. But we need people like you for the Easter Sunday messages so that we can get along.
Yeah, I think my Easter message is this. I was listening to a devotional podcast yesterday, and they said, today over 2 billion Christians are observing Good Friday, and that's just an unimaginable scale, right? Christians in every place, in every nation, so many Christians. But I think I want to remind us this Easter that Easter starts really small. Easter begins with just a handful of scared, traumatized people on that first Easter morning. And they go to the tomb together and discover that the world is made new. That their assumptions about the way that the world always works, that everything always gets worse, that death is the end, that sin wins, that none of that turns out to be true. That actually God has bigger plans for us in store. And it begins just with those handful of people, and it grows and grows and grows. And I think that's how the message of Easter in our lives can work too, that when we are coming into Easter feeling scared, feeling anxious, feeling polarized and disconnected from one another, that we also can trust that God is going to do big things in our lives, and God is going to demonstrate that love wins in the end.
That is the most beautiful thing. That is so beautiful. Love wins in the end. And listen, God is our creator. Jesus is our savior. Love wins in the end. Minister Barlow, sometimes I guess your biggest challenge is when people are just so withdrawn and negative and anxious and depressed and just don't want to connect, that I think because I want everyone to hear what you just said. That was very powerful. But it's a challenge, isn't it, to reach everybody in the sense that some people just become so withdrawn. What do we do about that as a society? I never want to be a preachy person. I leave that up to you guys, you and Father Nick and my friend Mike Snow from the Latter-day Saints and everybody. But it's a challenge sometimes. But I see Easter Sunday as a renewal, as a way to try to reach people, to try to help people. Isn't that part of our message?
Yeah, I think that, it's true. I think people are drawn more and more sort of inward to, if they're with people at all, they're with people who are just like them, think that they agree with each other on everything. We're much less likely to voluntarily cross the perceived barriers that we see around us. And I would just say, if you can do anything this Easter, just talk to somebody you haven't talked to before, right? Go take your dog for a walk, and as somebody, sort of smiles at you on the sidewalk, just stop and have a really simple conversation, right? I like your shoes. Happy Easter to you. Isn't the weather nice today? And I think that those kinds of bids for connection can begin to accumulate and make a difference in our community. Every church in our community has a door. Anybody can open that door and walk in, right? We sometimes see walls when we look at churches or we look at other spaces that we think aren't for us. We can, those of us who are Christian, like the whole church already is one. We say that when we say the creed, right? I believe in one Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. That means every church is a church where you can go say hello to the people who are there and maybe learn something, maybe be stretched in new ways. And I think that we can begin little bit by little bit to get to know one another and to break down those barriers.
Okay, Liddy, this is unbelievable. Death is not the end, you said. World is made new. And I'm going to ask the same thing of my dear friend, President Mike Snow from the Latter-day Saints, coming up at 3 o'clock here. If you, I'm going to describe this person to you. It's someone who is homebound, is feeling lonely, is feeling sad, is feeling anxious, is having a tough deal in this life. What is the significance of the resurrection tonight and tomorrow? What would you tell that person about hope and about understanding hope and about faith?
Yeah. I think I would ask that person to think about the story of Jesus in his last days with his disciples, and to think about all the ways that Jesus puts himself immediately into the shoes of people who are lonely, people who feel abandoned by others, people who are struggling with their physical health and well-being. Those experiences are not distant from Jesus. Jesus knows in his own body what it is to feel lonely, afraid, hurt, and I think the message of the resurrection is that Jesus takes that deep solidarity with the human condition and offers us the promise that there is more on the other side of whatever we are going through right now, and that our pain can be utterly transformed by God for our good and for the good of the world.
Do your best to open your heart and let it in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And I think that opening of the heart can also be little bit by little bit, but that's how light works, right? Light doesn't need a very large opening to sneak in.
Exactly. Wow. Reverend Liddy Barlow, Executive Minister of Christian Associates of Southwest Pennsylvania. It was such a pleasure. Happy Easter, my friend.
Absolutely. Happy Easter, Michael, and happy Easter to everybody who's listening.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. All right. I'll be right back.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a Best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctor's offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW-1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
He's downright entertaining, and he's on the voice of Pittsburgh. Michael Bartley, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I just made an executive decision. Do you understand me? Michael Bartley with you, and it's always good to be with you on Saturdays, 2 to 5. 866-391-1020. I heard from Father Nick Vaskoff, heard from Executive Minister Liddy Barlow. Coming up after the break, after CBS Radio News, my dear friend, President Mike Snow of the local, a huge Western Pennsylvania Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And today's Holy Saturday. I've made an executive decision. We're not talking politics today. I see some of you want to, but most of you want to call in and talk about Easter and coming together. Coming together. Yeah. I you know, it's Holy Saturday. Come on. We could do politics anytime. And I know, you know, I know we love talking politics on my show. But not today. Tonight's the Easter Vigil. Tomorrow's Easter Sunday. It's the resurrection. I want to talk about Pittsburgh as an interfaith city. And it truly is. I want to talk. I don't care. You want to call me and tell me how you're going to make your kibasi tomorrow? Fine. We're talking Easter. Yep. We kind of need a little break, don't we? We need a little bit of a break. Don't we? I think. I do. At least for the next hour. We can do 2 hours without politics. All right? You want to do politics at 4 o'clock? All right. Don't be crying and taking your baseball bat and running home. But I see several of you are calling in and want to talk about Easter, and I love it. I love it. I do. No question about it. So, it's Holy Saturday. And I'll tell you what inspired me on this. My main man, Father James Martin, and I went to Marquette University, run by Jesuits. Father Martin's a nationally known Jesuit, and he wrote this great piece for the America magazine, the Jesuit magazine, and I read that. I love it. And it was really good about the meaning of Holy Saturday. Most of our lives are spent in Holy Saturday. In other words, most of our days are not filled with the unbearable pain of a Good Friday, nor are they suffused with the unbelievable joy of an Easter. Some days are indeed times of great pain, and some are of great joy, but most are in between. I just love that. His ending line, because change is always possible, renewal is always waiting, and hope is never dead. Listen to me. Okay, I'm sorry about that. That would sound a little arrogant and self-righteous. Let me just say, there are a lot of people who need hope. There are. There are a lot of people who need hope. I'm looking at Easter Sunday tomorrow. I'm like Father Nick said, open your heart. I'm opening my heart. I'm going to do more service. I'm going to try to help more people. I want to know what you're going to do. Listen, coming right up, I want to hear from the third guest of mine, another phenomenal, inspirational leader, one of the local presidents of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, a dear friend of mine, Mike Snow, brilliant guy. And I want to hear what his Easter message is tomorrow as his flock and his congregants gather. All right? 866-391-1020, Michael Bartley on this Holy Saturday on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com.
LENDSEEK.com.
I'm with Joe Potocnik from JP Roofing and Siding, a Platinum Preferred Contractor from Owens Corning. Joe, what does that mean?
It's an elite status. We earn that by using Owens Corning products to qualify for the Platinum Preferred warranty. That's a 50-year warranty on the materials and 25-year on the labor, 100%.
That's the upper 1% in America after 45 years, Joe. Congratulations.
Thank you, Larry.
Call JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, I hear this all the time, and folks get scared about their debt. If you're struggling with your debt, give my friends at Harold, Shepley & Associates a call. Right, Harold?
Absolutely. We have offices throughout Pennsylvania, but you never need to come into the office. It's always a free consultation, and there's no travel required, so there's no reason to pick up the phone and not give us a call.
And don't hide from it.
Yeah, there's no reason to be ashamed. You want to get back on your feet, and you need some help.
Check them out, ShepleyLaw.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Allison Keys. President Trump is warning Iran that time is running out to make a deal or open up the crucial Strait of Hormuz.
This is Torian Small in Washington, where President Trump is considering escalating his war with Iran after extending a Friday deadline for the country to reopen the Strait of Hormuz to Monday night. The president Saturday posted a new warning on social media that, quote, all hell will rain down on Iran in 48 hours if they continue to squeeze the choke point for the world's energy supply.
This as both the U.S. and Iran are searching for a missing American crew member after Tehran shot down 2 planes. The White House had said Iran didn't have the ability to target aircraft. CBS News national security analyst Aaron McLean.
Obviously, the worst-case scenario is that this remaining aircrew member is dead. But them being captured is a pretty bad scenario as well for them and for the nation. The Iranians will absolutely use that for maximum leverage, for propaganda. It's not a great situation.
What a wake-up for the astronauts headed for the moon. The song Pink Pony Club was the morning alarm for the crew of NASA's Artemis 2 mission, which is now more than halfway on their journey. The 4 will fly around the moon, then back to Earth. CBS's Mark Strassman with what's happening next.
Houston is go for TLI.
A final engine burn Thursday evening called TLI, translunar injection, hurtled the capsule out of orbit and onto the moon.
With this burn to the moon, we do not leave Earth. We choose it.
After a 4-day trip, a moment of mission drama will come Monday night, the lunar flyby. The Orion capsule will come within roughly 4,000 miles of the moon's surface. Artemis 2 will have traveled farther from Earth than anyone in space history.
At least they don't have to deal with nasty weather this Easter weekend. CBS News meteorologist John Elliott with a forecast and a warning that some outfits could be in jeopardy.
We've got a lot going on here over the next few days, and I know it's a busy holiday weekend. Cold air will cascade in after the storms push through, and you've got all the heat in parts of the southeast with more thunderstorms and showers along the East Coast.
Virginia is now the latest state to move to redraw its congressional maps ahead of the midterms. President Trump had urged Republican-led states to change their maps to allow the election of more lawmakers that would block Democrats from possibly taking over the U.S. House. But Virginia has a redistricting referendum set for April 21st, which could mean more Democrats can counter Republican gains in other states. This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here? How is this possible? Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
News for those who love a certain vegetable.
State agriculture officials say Georgia's world-famous Vidalia onions will be shipped beginning April 13th. Aries Haygood is president of A&M Farms in Toombs County.
The onions are happy right now, it looks like. They're green, they're standing up, so it seems like they're growing well.
Haygood says Mother Nature has thrown Georgia onion growers a, quote, few curveballs, with everything from severe drought conditions to late-season freezes. Jim Crisula, CBS News, Vidalia, Georgia.
I demand that you release my father.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie has landed in theaters, and fans are excited about the sequel to the 2023 smash hit. And what does that mean for the giant movie industry? There are coloring stations and collectible popcorn containers, all meant to excite children. There had been some worry about the future of movies, but seems no worries. Families are turning out in droves. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company. The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and sun, breezy and very warm this afternoon. High near the record of 83. A spotty early evening shower, then rainy. Some of that rain heavy overnight, along with a thunderstorm. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
Every week, I deliver an editorial message addressing issues of importance to the community. But this one is different. It's personal. It is a tribute to one of the greatest men I have ever known, Gary Kenneth Bowser. An icon in the automotive business, Gary died last weekend at the age of 81. He founded Bowser Automotive in 1983, and the wildly successful business grew to employ over 450 people and become one of the largest and most well-respected auto groups in the Pittsburgh area. Besides building a business from the ground up, Gary Bowser was an incredible family man who married his high school sweetheart, Barb. He lived a life of community service, especially in support of the Stanley M. Marks Blood Cancer Research Fund. Personally, Mr. B treated my wife and kids like his own family at every turn and in every moment of our lives. We will miss him more than words can ever express. Pittsburgh has lost a once-in-a-lifetime guy who will never be forgotten. And so, to his family, Barb, Gary Jr., Kurt, and all his grandchildren, we send our love and thanks for sharing him with all of us.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
You've heard the stories. Now talk about them with Michael Bartley. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Today's the perfect day to talk about hope and faith and everything else. It is. Yes, indeed it is. All right, in the 4 o'clock hour, because you're all crying about, you want to talk about things, 4 o'clock hour, I'll have open forum. Don't worry about that. But I started this at 2 o'clock. Some of the local faith leaders have been wonderful. Open our hearts. Tomorrow's the resurrection. Think about interfaith. Think about helping people. Think about service. What did she say, Minister Barlow? She said, tomorrow reminds us death is not the end. The world is made new. Let's make it new together. Let's make it new. Let's make it better together. Let's come together. Yes, indeed. My guest right now is another hugely respected church leader. He is and just an incredible man with huge integrity, without question, and just an all-around great guy. He's the first counselor, Pittsburgh stake president for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Mike Snow, happy Easter, my friend.
Michael Barlow, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm doing great. I'm feeling so much better since the show started. I tell you, I just feel wonderful. I have to begin to ask you, Mike, for folks who aren't familiar with Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, today began this thing, which is a hugely watched thing all around the world by Latter-day Saints, called the General Conference. And I'm being told by friends who were texting me that a lot of the content, it's a lot of the live speeches, inspirational talks from Salt Lake City, Temple Square in Salt Lake City about the resurrection and about Easter. Can you give us like a little synopsis of that, Mike?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. So twice a year, we gather as a church globally to hear from faith leaders, from members of the community as well. And that happens in April and October. Just happens to be this year that the kind of the planets align, and it happens to be actually on Easter weekend. But yeah, so the congregation of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, 17 million members, are invited to and anybody in the community can watch and show those and watch those inspirational messages. And like you said, we're kind of in between. We just had one meeting just before this, and some great messages about hope and perseverance, and also just love, loving each other, and really just trying to take the love of Christ and put it into our lives. So some great messages there.
I'm not a Latter-day Saint, and I watch the General Conference, and I find great inspiration, and it's unbelievable. President Snow, tomorrow when you gather for Easter Sunday at the LDS services, what will your message be? What are you hoping to convey to members, to people who I guess are reaching out and craving this message of hope for Easter?
Yeah, great. So for me, and I hope for so many, is that this is not just it's not just a holiday that can happen just within specific congregations, but for everybody. I think we find great hope and renewal in this season, this time of the year. But because of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, that renewal can mean so much in a community's life, but also in an individual's life. And so, I ask our congregants to look individually at that relationship they have with their Heavenly Father, the relationship they have with their family members, the relationship they have with each other as congregation, and also the relationship they have with the community. And what renewal, what new things, what things can they do better that they may not have been able to do so much in the past, but what new hope and what renewal can they have in those relationships that they build every day? That would be, for me, kind of, when you look at what's going on in the world, you've got to have some hope that there's not the same old, but there can be renewal, as some of the other guests have already talked about. Something new, something abiding, something enduring that you can hang on to and look forward with.
That is so beautiful, Mike, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I asked this question of Father Nick and Minister Barlow as well. We're at war. People are worried about money. People are worried about politics and all this stuff, and they're looking for they're looking for maybe a respite, a renewal, and with Easter Sunday, we should look at as the world is made new, right? I mean, we have to trust God is there. We're not being abandoned. I mean, and we need to be reminded of that.
Absolutely, and all of those things you just talked about, Michael. As I've been studying this week, just more deeply, as we've been asked to kind of dive into this Holy Week and look at each day and the things that happen, and it's just amazing to me of what transpired in that story just in a few days. Right, where on Palm Sunday, Christ rides in triumphantly into Jerusalem among cheers and just great hope from the congregation, the people there that lived in that area. But as days went by Thursday, that had all turned around completely, and then popular opinion went against the followers of Christ and public figures and political figures, and I think for me, I found great parallels there in my life, where sometimes we just get wrapped up in kind of all of the happenings going around us, but by the time that the week concluded and what really happened was something that had nothing absolutely to do with what was going on in the community, but was something that was eternal, something that affected the whole world. And that was something so much greater than any one person or any one community. And I think for me, that was a great parallel. So in these times when you need hope, you need to understand that there are difficulties in this world, and you don't want to minimize those. There absolutely are difficulties, and we all have struggles. But the great story of Easter is that there's something so much more, and that us as individuals, we can be part of that if we do, just as as Reverend Barlow and Father Pascal said, we let that into our lives, right? And we open that up and allow something greater to be part of our lives.
My guest is President Mike Snow, with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, this Pittsburgh region. Mike, I one of the things that connected me to your church many years ago, and became friends with you, thank you, Lord, and so many in the LDS Church, was the LDS commitment and unyielding dedication to service. And you're in food pantries, you're in all these places that to help people. And I'm not saying other religions don't do that. I'm just saying you guys do that very, very well, and I'm not afraid to say it. Believe me. I bring that up because I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you. I see hope in service, Mike Snow, and I want to be renewed tomorrow on Easter Sunday with a sense of service to others who need me, and I think, and that brings me hope. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think, why can't that be a part of the Easter message? I think it can be and should be.
Well, it is, absolutely. And Christ served the one, and we can serve the one, right? And that one may be anybody. It may be somebody you pass in the street. It may be somebody that you go to a place. I mean, you talked about, what you saw in prisons of washing the feet and that service as well. But when we reach out and we serve others, there's two great things that happen. One is that we are able to lift up the people in need and lift and strengthen those who are maybe just having a tough time. But secondly, we realize that our pains and anguishes in this life are true pains, that we all have pains, and we cannot make it through this life without helping each other, without putting our arms around each other, without saying, come brother, come with me, come sister, come with me, and let's go together, because we can't make it alone. We need each other. And it's just such a great knowledge to know that we are all here on this earth together, no matter who we are. We're brothers and sisters, we're here to help each other, and we can't do it without each other.
Jesus wants us to serve each other, doesn't he?
That's what he said. He absolutely said that.
Yeah. Mike, I really appreciate the time. You can go back to the general conference. I truly know grabbing you on a Saturday afternoon when general conference is going on. But I tell you church leaders today are inspiring us. And, I think Easter is a big deal, Mike Snow, is it not?
It is, absolutely. Without Easter, there's no Christmas, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm not saying that Christmas isn't. They're all worthwhile, but it all comes together, right? And Easter is the culmination of everything.
Now, will you have to go ahead? Will you have to do several services tomorrow?
So actually, most of our services we focused last week.
Oh yeah, because of this general conference, you don't have to do it.
Because of the general conference, yeah. And it's not that we don't get together on Easter. It's just because of the way this all worked out.
Well, you're going to
continue to be.
But you will be together. Weeks, yeah. You'll be together worldwide. That's great.
Yeah.
President Mike Snow, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, Michael, you want to do more service. The service you've done today is fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. That. I think it's. I think we need to come together in service. I can't help it. I just and I'm going to tell you something else, Mike. And the Latter-day Saints, you do unbelievably well with it, and I marvel at it. And Mike, if you do service helping someone else, it's like praying for some people. You feel closer to Jesus, and especially around Easter. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. Through service, you can truly become the hands of God, because He will put you in places where you can do what He has asked you to do. So absolutely.
Through service, you become the hands of God. Wow. Okay. That might be the quote of the day, too. President Mike Snow, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, happy Easter, my friend, and thank you so much.
Happy Easter, Michael. Thank you.
You bet. We'll bet, and we'll see you soon. By the way, he's a huge Pirates fan. So I owe him another Pirates game, and he's going to get it, too. That was wonderful. Okay. Wow. Holy Saturday. All right, now listen, you guys. I know you're crying and getting mad at me. 4 o'clock. I'll open the phone lines at 4 o'clock, and that way you can have open forum. I know you want to talk politics and the war and all that type stuff. From 4 to 5, we'll do it. I just thought we needed a couple of hours of a break, to talk church, to talk Holy Saturday. All right? I'll be right back.
Now more than ever, we're the station you can trust for the information you need. KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to goodrx.com/weight-loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to goodrx.com/weight-loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yes, indeedy. Oh, that was just so fun. What a nice respite. Without question, you know. Wait a minute, let me get Chi in here from New Kensington. Chi, I only got a couple minutes in this segment, but go ahead.
Oh, well, I had 3 points that I was trying to make concerning Easter. Is that okay?
Yeah, wait, I'll tell you what. Stay on hold. All right, stay on hold, because I have too short of a segment. I'm going to get back to you, okay? Stay on hold right there. Stay on hold. Stay on hold.
Okay.
All right, stay on hold. Don't worry. Because I just have such a short segment. But what a beautiful couple of interviews. And you know, I mean, I'm not being an egomaniac or anything. That's not about me. It's about them. Father Nick Vaskoff, Minister Liddy Barlow, President Mike Snow from the LDS Church. And you know, that Christian Associates, they do a really nice job. And they bless the city today. You know, with the holy water, whatever they do. I don't know. All different denominations. 29 Protestant, Catholic, Orthodox church bodies. They go to Mount Washington on Holy Saturday and bless the city. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But what great messaging. You know what? And every one of them, I didn't have to prod any of them. Every one of them began their comments with, you know, the way the world is today, i.e., we're at war. We're constantly battling each other politically. Always. I start a lot of trouble, as you know. I can't help it. But I thought, you know what? What a nice respite to sit back and try and hope to bring some hope. Bring service. Try to get things going for people. You know, isn't that what Easter Sunday should be? Yep. What did that Minister Barlow? The world is made new tomorrow. Yes, indeed. All right. Natalie Bensavenga is going to join me here at the next segment. She has a new film coming up. And then I'm going to get to your Easter calls and then open forum. I don't care what you want to talk about. It's okay. I was just kidding. You want to do politics? I don't care what you do. But I'm going to talk to Natalie about her new deal coming up, and we'll go from there. All right. Michael Bartley, 866-391-1020. Be back after the news.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Obsessed with pizza? So are they at Slice on Broadway. The 2025 winner of World's Best Cheese Pizza Slice is right here in the Berg with 6 Pittsburgh locations, always serving delicious New York-style pizza, hoagies, and salads. Order yours today. Visit sliceonbroadway.com. Schley Deck and Fence Company. Call today for an estimate on your rotten, rusted, paint chipping railings. Get your railings safe again by spring. Call 412-515-6575. Schley Deck and Fence. SchleyDeckCompany.com. Happy home improvement season from Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Home equity loan rates are as low as 5.25%. For full terms and to see if you qualify, visit AllegiantFCU.org. Membership eligibility required. Equal housing lender. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Details at KDKARadio.com.
Every family vacation looks different. Maybe this year it's ocean waves in Myrtle Beach. Maybe it's lake mornings in Deep Creek. Maybe it's palm trees and turquoise water in St. Thomas. Wherever your next memory takes you, SWAC Vacation Rentals has the space, comfort, and experiences that bring everybody together. And when you book direct, you get the best homes at the best price without the extra fees. Start planning your next trip at SWAC, SWACK Vacations.com. That's SWACVacations.com.
Amazing April specials are here at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. In our meat department, Sugardale semi-boneless whole hams, $1.19 a pound. In the produce department, fresh red ripe strawberries, 1 pound containers, 2 for $6. In the deli, available every Friday, Coons batter dip fish sandwiches, $11.99 each. An additional savings this week, Marie Callender's cream or fruit pies, 24 to 42 ounce box, $4.99 each.
It's happening at Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Y108 presents Odyssey, The Night Before, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, starring Jason Aldean.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? I'm Jason Aldean.
With special guests John Morgan and Shane Prophet. Wednesday, April 22nd, inside the Event Center at Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Get your start started. It's my kind of
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
CBS News Brief. More threats from President Trump against Iran as that war escalates, and both the U.S. and Tehran are searching for a missing American crew member after 2 planes were shut down. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer.
To underscore the danger of these rescue operations, the Black Hawk helicopter that managed to pick up the fighter pilot was in turn hit by ground fire that injured some on board.
So much for outdoor Easter plans in some states thanks to the weather. CBS News meteorologist John Elliott.
Widespread winter weather advisories for the western lakes. Yes, that's ice. That's accumulating snow. And that's going to make travel treacherous there.
What's the Artemis II crew up to? CBS's Mark Strassman.
This crew is just having a remarkable run. A capsule that has aced its flight test, a moon that just keeps getting bigger ahead of them, and amazing images from space.
CBS News Brief. I'm Allison Keys.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Join Beth Andrews for the Net Worth Financial Hour Saturdays at 1 to get the news and information you need to make your retirement dream a reality. That's the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews, Saturdays at 1. Net Worth Advisors, LLC is a registered investment advisor.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will bring clouds and sun. It'll be breezy and very warm with a high near the record of 83. A spotty early evening shower, then rain, some heavy overnight, and thunder as well. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, back to it on Monday. Having a great weekend. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6. I'll catch you on Monday right here, KDK.
Michael Bartley with you on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 2 to 5 on Saturdays. You know who used to do this shift? Natalie Benzavenga, that's who. Natalie Benzavenga. Well, guess what? She's back. Natalie. Hello, my friend.
Oh, my goodness. What an introduction. Maybe on the other side of the phone here.
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm so glad you texted me this morning because I think I'm gonna make it to your film unveiling, and I'm like, come on the air today and talk to me about it because Natalie, you and I both, you know how much we love Pittsburgh neighborhoods, and for years I did documentaries and a gazillion things over at 17 years at WQED, and you're doing some freelance film type stuff, digital stuff for WQED, and you have a major unveiling of a huge accomplishment this week. You can take it from here.
Oh, thanks so much. It's just so nice to be back with you on air, and I always enjoy your segments. So thanks for making space for me today. And this is why I had to step away from the radio, actually, is because working on this partnership with WQED has just been like a labor of love, and it's been so awesome. And so I started this series, Michael, called Destination with Natalie Benzavenga, and I've gone around to the different neighborhoods of Pittsburgh to learn about the flow of immigration from our past to our present and looking to our future. So I've done Bloomfield, Beachview, Carnegie, Squirrel Hill, and now I'm about to launch episode 5, Lawrenceville, and we're taking a look at actually the indigenous roots of this community, and then the second wave of immigration when the Irish and the Polish and the Germans became a part of it here. And now we're looking at, oh my gosh, the eclectic mix of immigrants from all over the world.
All over.
That work and live in Lawrenceville. And it's a reminder to all of us that we are all connected and that we together make a community stronger, more prosperous, and just a more fun and interesting place to be.
That is so fun. And I got to tell you, when I went in high school, and I went to a Central Catholic high school, and it was there were kids from the neighborhoods all over the city. But the Lawrenceville guys, listen, Natalie, you hit the nail on the head. Irish, Polish, Slovak, Italian, and they went back generations in Lawrenceville. And in those days, when you grew up in a neighborhood, you didn't leave that neighborhood. I mean, it was there for generations and generations. That's right. And so Lawrenceville had to be one of the funner destinations for you to be a filmmaker and do all this research and bring it to life.
Oh my gosh, it's been such a joy to connect with sort of the longtime residents and the newbies in the community. I've learned a ton. And so we're going to have a screening, and it's a special fundraising event. It's going to be at Row House Cinema on April 14th, and we're going to be showing the episode. And then after, I'm going to be doing a talk back with someone from Row House because they've been so generous and supportive of the event. We're going to talk about community engagement. I'm going to have somebody from Lawrenceville Corporation because it's a fundraiser for Lawrenceville United, so we're going to talk about affordable housing. And someone from Frontline Dignity is going to be on the panel.
Beautiful.
Discussing immigration and what you do if you see ICE in the community, because that's been a big concern, and we talk about that in the episode as well. So we don't shy away from anything serious, but it really is a community-focused, very uplifting narrative that I'm so proud to be a part of.
Let me ask you something, and I love your word newbie, the newbies. The newbies, because the newbies, Lawrenceville is Pittsburgh. Do you understand? I mean, Lawrenceville. Let me tell you something, Natalie. Lawrenceville is America. Okay, believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. Every ethnicity, every political background, every class. Okay, economically. All right. Well, you would agree with that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh, yes.
And I'm on the board of directors of CYA, which is on Main Street in Lawrenceville. We do phenomenal work. We take care of the elderly. We have elder care and daycare, all that type of stuff, and it's and that has evolved over the year. But when you mentioned the newbies, Natalie. My question is, when you mention the newbies, do they have the first clue regarding the history of Lawrenceville? A lot of people worked in the steel industry. People worked on the railroads. It was truly blue collar, and it's sort of chic-y and New York-y and newbie-ish now. You know what I mean?
Totally. No, I think, what I realized, Michael, is it's one of those things where even if you've lived in Pittsburgh a long time, there's always something new to discover about your own community, and learning just the history, how far back it goes, just learning about why Arsenal Park, why they're even named that. It goes back to the Civil War days, learning about George Washington's Landing, the bridge, why it's named that. There was just so much I learned.
The Doughboy. Don't forget about the Doughboy statue.
Oh, honestly, it's only a 15-minute film, so I was only able to take a sliver, but what I found across the board with everyone that I connected with was just how proud they were to be in this neighborhood and the resounding impact that it's had on their lives because they felt so welcomed to be there. And that's really the takeaway, that Lawrenceville is a very welcoming place, and its roots all the way to now prove that, and we talk about that in the film. So I hope everybody can come to the premiere on April 14th. You can get tickets at Row House Cinema, and like I said, a part of the proceeds goes to Lawrenceville United, and I'm just so excited that
wait, you didn't say it's April 14th. I said it was next week. I'm wrong. It's April 14th.
Oh, that's okay. It's April 14th. Yep.
Yeah, but you didn't say the time. You didn't say the time.
Oh, 7 p.m.
Okay, Natalie, wait a minute.
7 p.m.
7 p.m., April 14th.
Yes, and then 7 p.m. the doors open, and then the screening is at 7:30.
All right, give the location again. Give the location again.
Yes, it's at Row House Cinemas in Lawrenceville, right on Butler Street.
All right, Natalie, before you go, though, hold on. We have time. When you were talking about the newbies and understanding the history of Lawrenceville and it being welcoming and it being historic and it being ethnic, guess what? I'm thinking, you know what? You could say that about every Pittsburgh neighborhood. Am I right, or am I crazy or not?
Well, the truth of it is, the difference that I noticed between the other neighborhoods that I've covered and this one is there's usually a standout immigrant group.
Mm-hmm.
And with Lawrenceville, the current population is just so global. Whereas, like, with Beachview, there's such a large Latino community that's reviving that neighborhood, and we focused on that.
Because I was thinking of Beachview.
Yeah, in Squirrel Hill, there's a large Asian community from all over that part of the world, and so we focused on them as the new sort of immigrant group.
But more and more
we couldn't pin one down.
But
it
more,
was just from everywhere.
But more and more immigrants are living in Pittsburgh neighborhoods, is my point.
Oh, absolutely. And I think what I love about that is, you know, they're the reason our population is growing in these pockets. They're the ones that are revitalizing neighborhoods, improving property values, enriching communities. And so this idea, that's really what this show is about, is reminding one another that immigrants help make this country a wonderful and vibrant place to be. And, you know, my family's, you know, Italian. I mean, my grandmother told me all her stories growing up in East Liberty. So, you know, they were part of the new wave of immigrants then. So there's this idea of, let's not forget that we all, unless we were indigenous to this land, we all came here from other parts of the world, willingly or otherwise. But I think it's important to acknowledge that's what makes us American, those connective tissues between one another.
It's fascinating how things have evolved in my favorite city in the world, Pittsburgh. And you mentioned the Italian. And, okay, I'm just going to say this to you, and I know you know this already, but I think you and I have talked about it over the years. I'm 100% Irish, and all four grandparents were from Ireland. There were certain neighborhoods the Irish could move into in Pittsburgh, and certain ones they couldn't. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
No, that's
okay. Listen.
Truth.
Okay, listen.
That's
So it was Greenfield, Oakland, Homewood, North Side. Okay, for Italians, it was Greenfield, Oakland, Larmer Avenue, East Liberty, East Liberty, East Liberty.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep, and Bloomfield.
And Bloomfield, of course, yeah. And Irish for Lawrenceville too. Lawrenceville for Irish too. Garfield was Irish.
Tension.
Huh?
There was tension, especially in Lawrenceville, between the wards.
Hello.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Hello. We touch on that too.
Oh my! Oh heavens! Are you kidding me? Oh, absolutely. And you and I heard those stories over the years, for sure.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
I know.
Yes. And that's part of the magic of the show. Is I think that's why it's been touching a lot of people intergenerationally, because everyone has their story, whether they migrated here 150 years ago, 50 years ago, or just last year.
Yeah.
You know.
Boy, it's fascinating stuff. Natalie, good luck. April 14th, 7 o'clock.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. I love talking to you. Call me anytime.
I appreciate you, Michael. Thanks so much.
Appreciate
Bye,
you
everybody.
too, as well. Thanks. Bye-bye. Happy Easter. Okay, when I get back, Chi, I'm going to let you talk, and you're going to go, and then 4 o'clock open. Chi wants to talk about Easter, a couple thoughts there, and then 4 o'clock open forum. Whatever you want, it's okay. 866-391-1020.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Pittsburgh Speaker Series at Heinz Hall, presented by University of Pittsburgh, announces its 26-27 season. 7 events to challenge your mind, enlarge your world, and make you laugh. With Anderson Cooper, former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, historian Anne Applebaum, financial journalist Andrew Ross Sorkin, and the former U.S. Ambassador to China, Nicholas Burns. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at PittsburghSpeakers.org.
Hi, Paul Alexander here to let you know the KDKA has planned a fabulous 5-day Arizona getaway this September, and it's filling up fast. My wife Shelley and I want you to join us for an unforgettable trip based in beautiful Flagstaff, a relaxed mountain town that makes the perfect home base. From there, we'll explore the incredible red rocks of Sedona, travel by rail to the breathtaking Grand Canyon, a bucket list spot that everyone needs to see at least once. And then we'll take in the stunning scenery around Lake Powell with its deep blue water and wide open views. It's the perfect mix of sightseeing, natural beauty, and plenty of time to just enjoy where we are. And September is truly the sweet spot. Comfortable weather, no summer crowds, and everything planned for you. No guessing, no stress. Just show up and enjoy Arizona. Space is limited. Seats are disappearing quickly. Visit travelwithkdk.com or call 800-383-3131. Again, travel with KDK.com or call 800-383-3131. Can't wait to see you there.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
It's Michael Bartley on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, welcome back. Michael Bartley on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA. It's Holy Saturday, the evening before Easter Sunday. I hope you're having a great weekend. I do. All right, we had some great religious leaders on bringing us hope. Open your heart. Open your heart. Try to be good to people. Yes, indeed. Coming up at 4 o'clock, I'll switch gears. We'll have open mic. That's okay. We do that on Saturday. All right. You know, I said I wasn't going to do politics. Whatever. I don't care. It's all right. Relax. In the meantime, Chi in New Kensington. Chi, you've been on hold for a while. You go ahead. You want to talk about Easter?
Yeah, I want to talk about Easter. Mike, if you can remember the part where, before Jesus was crucified in Easter, because this is really all about love. And the soldiers had Jesus from in the garden, and all the other disciples fled except for Peter. And remember the part where Peter sliced the soldier's ear, and the last lesson that Jesus gave us before, he was crucified was this. He told Peter to put that sword away, because if you live by that sword, you're going to die by that sword, and he healed the soldier's ear. Now, we're going to sit up here and think that war is part of God's law. That's not true.
Agreed.
Remember Cain and Abel when he slew Abel? Remember? And his blood from the earth cried out to God. And look at all the bloodshed that's going on in the Middle East, as well as around the rest of the earth that we're presenting right here now. How many voices are going up to God? Now, I've studied the papyrus and other ones because I'm a bookworm, period. And Jesus was trying to explain to his disciples about what the resurrection was all about. And what he was saying to them, he took Peter and John with him, and they got a chance to see Moses and Elijah, who had already been dead for 3,000 years. Because when he explained to them about the resurrection, they couldn't fathom a man dying and then coming back to life. The second time he tried to share, you understand, he said, I can show you better than I can tell you, was the resurrection of Lazarus to show you that a man can die and come back. The third time that he tries to explain to them that the resurrection is possible is when he was crucified and came back to explain that there is life after death. What I always try to practice each and every day, and it does take practice, is love. Even if you're walking down the street, even when I call you, I'll say, Mike, I love you. This is Christian love. This isn't about the carnal love of the world, you know, where somebody's flirting with somebody. When I say I love someone, I'm talking about the Christian love. And it's a practice of looking at the man in the mirror every day and taking the exercise beyond what the government or politics can do and including that in your everyday life and extracting love, because I want you to know something. None of your blessings are any good unless you pass them on to someone else. Keep that in mind for Christmas, for Easter.
I think that's really a wonderful message, Chi. I really do. I really, really do. Thank you so much, Chi.
I love you.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do tomorrow? You're not going to be alone tomorrow, are you?
No.
All right.
Let me see. What I'm going to do is go to church. I'm going to spend time with the family. I told them to have some snacks because they always try to make me eat too late. I said, well, so I tater chips or something. Oh, come on now.
No. You got to have a bite to eat. Do you eat the ham?
No. Actually, I'm vegan. I've been vegan for.
You're a vegan?
15 years.
You're a vegan?
15 years. Yes.
What are you going to have for Easter dinner? What are you going to have? Cauliflower?
I love the stuffing. All the side dishes are mine.
Yeah. I know. You know, they
have a good time.
Yeah, they claim being a vegan is healthy. I couldn't do it. I don't think.
I haven't had a cold in 5 years. Do
you eat fish?
No.
You don't even eat fish? Whoa.
No.
Wow. Oh, you're hardcore. Man. Wait.
15 years.
You're really hardcore. You eat a lot of salads?
I love people. Let me tell you something. I go to the grocery store and compliment a woman, and I hey, that's a beautiful shirt. You go, I'm going to wait for another guy to compliment her. I might, if somebody's in line and I have too much and they only have one thing, come on, go first. I've got time. You go ahead. The slightest little itty bit, it all adds up. That's love.
I know.
And it takes practice. That's what we got to do. Never mind the government. Never mind the politics.
It does.
When you do this in your everyday life,
it does.
You are creating change. LOVE. That's all you got to do.
LOVE. Thanks. Happy Easter, Chi. LOVE. All right. From 4 to 5, it'll be open forum. I knew you'd cry about that when I didn't want to do it 2 hours ago, but all right. It's all right. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. So we'll have 1 hour to do it today. But we're going to be very civil today. It's Holy Saturday. Am I making myself clear? All right. We're always kind of good on Saturday. We are. All right. Today, the story that national news is going on left and right about is President Trump a short time ago warned that time is running out and that Iran has 48 hours to open the Strait of Hormuz before the U.S. will, quote unquote, unleash hell. Unleash hell. The search for that missing crew member continues. And, they had some of the rescue operations got fired upon. I'm telling you, this thing is, I don't know. This thing seems to be widening, and I don't know. Trump says we're going to be out in a couple of weeks. 866-391-1020. The phone lines will be open. Michael Bartley, KDKA.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
Pittsburgh Mayor Corey O'Connor, very atypical with the NFL draft and all the things that are going on.
We're all excited. It's coming fast. But we also want Pittsburghers, and I say this wherever I go, this is also your city, this is your draft. We're going to have hundreds of thousands of people coming from across the country, but we want Pittsburghers to be ambassadors.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. Ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions.
30, time would have been 30, no, would have been 30, being 30, been 29. If that'll help, been 29,000.
Get ready to bid on the equipment you need in the Ritchie Brothers Northeast Regional Auction on May 5th. Inventory is housed at locations in Pittsburgh, North Franklin, and Northeast Maryland, with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of construction and transportation equipment. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Pittsburgh to sign up. Again, that's rbauction.com/Pittsburgh.
Embark on an unforgettable journey through Japan and South Korea with AAA, April 3rd through the 12th, 2027. Sail 9 incredible nights aboard the boutique luxury ship Azamara Pursuit. Enjoy immersive overnights and extended time in port. Experience samurai towns, bonsai gardens, and incredible cuisine. Relax with fine dining, premium beverages, and shipboard gratuities included. Club veranda staterooms start at $4,569 per person, double occupancy. Visit your local AAA branch or call 1-800-354-8761 today.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Allison Keys. The U.S. military is searching a remote area in Iran for a missing American pilot after Tehran shot down 2 aircraft. This despite claims from the White House that Iran has no capacity to target planes. Iran is calling on people to turn the pilot in. This as President Trump threatens Iran to make a deal or face all hell within 48 hours. The BBC's Parham Gobadi with more.
They're definitely going to use it as a propaganda tool. And let's not forget that one time they downed a U.S. drone and they put it in a exhibition, taking the school kids there, singing next to it. So they were using it for years. And now if they can manage to arrest a U.S. airman inside the country, that is going to be also a bargaining chip for Iran.
President Trump has released his proposed 2027 budget, which includes funding to pay for the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran and a huge increase in military spending. CBS's Torian Small.
Well, that's staggering. Maryland Representative Jamie Raskin told CBS's Major Garrett that ask will be met with questions as Democrats have repeatedly tried and failed to rein in Trump's war powers. Also skeptical, some Republicans. Senate Appropriations Chair Susan Collins of Maine, in a statement, said the request had, quote, several shortcomings and was concerned about including significant cuts to domestic spending, adding that, quote, while the administration proposes a budget, Congress holds the power of the purse.
The 4 astronauts aboard NASA's Artemis II mission are having a grand time after a rollicking wake-up call with music for their Saturday. Their ride is going smoothly, and after they do their flyby of Luna, they will have traveled farther from Earth than anyone in space history. CBS's Mark Strassman.
This crew is just having a remarkable run, a capsule that has aced its flight test, a moon that just keeps getting bigger ahead of them, and amazing images from space.
It's a biblical weather forecast this Easter weekend, and some places will face drenching rain. CBS News meteorologist John Elliott.
We've got fire and ice in the forecast. We've got those Santa Ana winds in California. You've got widespread red flag fire warnings in the Four Corners area, and you've got ice and more storms. We are going to see another round of storms just kind of erupt as this storm pushes through and heads into parts of the Ohio Valley.
but there are indoor holiday activities like dyeing Easter eggs. One mom on social media suggested having kids use whisk to make it easier to hold the eggs safely to get those bright colors on them. But food experts warn if you're doing it outside, use plastic. This is CBS News.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth. 48 Hours, Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Parents, get ready for a ride at the show.
With a lot of galaxies.
Kids are swarming theaters this weekend for the debut of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. By tomorrow, Universal Pictures expects the 5-day opening to hit $186 million domestically and $350 million around the world.
Mamma mia.
That would make it the biggest hit of the year.
Lunchtime!
Surpassing both Hoppers and Project Hail Mary. And the trend's not new.
Go, go, go!
Last year, PG-rated movies amassed almost $3 billion, challenging fears over the future of movie theaters.
Over my dead body.
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Who wouldn't want the job of Star Trek's Captain James T. Kirk, meeting people from other planets? But what would they think of us? Some experts think visitors might be disappointed by how humans treat each other. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and sun, breezy and very warm this afternoon. High near the record of 83. A spotty early evening shower, then rainy. Some of that rain heavy overnight, along with a thunderstorm. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Unapologetic in his talk. It's Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Welcome back, Michael Bartley. Yes, open forum for this hour. I'm sorry I denied you, but first 2 hours, I promised I would do Holy Saturday messages of hope from some really terrific people, and that was really something. But we can get to the nitty-gritty now. I'm not going to deny you, okay? I mean, I kind of threatened I would, but no, it's okay. It's okay. A lot of people are talking about the president's comments today on this Holy Thursday. He said that time is running out and that Iran has 48 hours to reopen the Strait of Hormuz before the U.S. will unleash hell. The search for the missing U.S. crew member continues after Iran shot down one of our F-15s. American forces rescued the pilot. An A-10 Warthog was part of the search and rescue mission when it took fire was also damaged. The Warthog pilot ejected over the Persian Gulf and was successfully recovered. But they're still looking for a U.S. crew member in Iran. Okay, so, all right, to the phones we go. Oh, look who's first. Wait a minute. Craig in West Virginia, you got your phone fixed.
No, I went and got a new one yesterday. I'm back in the game.
Congratulations.
Something to do with the earbuds. When I linked the earbuds up that night, it wouldn't come back off my earbuds.
Oh, it was the earbuds. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Hey, one question I wanted to ask you all the time we've talked. Back in your bar hopping days, you always talked about Walnut Street. Now, do you ever go to Doc's?
Oh, I went to Doc's many times. Yeah, absolutely.
That was one of my hangouts. Yeah, that was one of my. I knew Doc real well. That's one of my hangouts when I lived.
Oh, I used to go to Doc's a lot. Absolutely, no question about it. Yeah, you know who I used to go to Doc's with? Believe it or not, you wouldn't know this name if you live in West Virginia, but Patty Burns, who was a legendary anchor here.
Oh, I know Patty Burns
at Channel 2. Her last job was at WQED, and my friend Jocelyn Howe was my boss, and Patty was a contributor, and. When Patty did a show, we'd go to Doc's, and she was like, we kind of had to hide her from the public. She was such a star, you know. She was like a major star, but Doc's was a blast. It was. Walnut Street overall was a blast.
Yeah, we spent many a night just staying on Walnut Street, going nowhere else.
Yeah, I know. You could go, and then I haven't been there in years, but I went and had my Diet Coke at Cappy's because. The guy that owns Cappy's, I know his family very well. His sister's a good friend of mine, and it's small. It's across the street from Doc's, kind of, you know. And
right,
but that used to be a lot of fun.
Is Doc's still open?
Doc's is. I don't. Geez, I'm such. It's been. I'm not a bar person anymore. I think so. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, wait, it's something else. Yeah. It's something else. I think it's. Yeah, it's called something else, but I don't know the name of it. Yeah.
No doubt. Well, I was trying to dye Easter eggs, and every time I dipped them in the orange dye, it kept cracking.
Stop.
I don't know what the heck's
Stop. I forgot about dyeing Easter eggs. Oh. Tonight's the night to dye Easter eggs. Tonight is it?
Well, I'm on.
I'll tell you what I'm doing tonight. You ready? I'm watching the Final Four.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. But I'm on the Julian calendar. Mine's next week.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Serbian Orthodox. Yeah.
Serbian? You're Serbian?
Yeah.
I never heard that before. Can I tell you something that I love Serbian food. Do you know how to make it?
I'll make you a gyro. That's
no. I want that Serbian chicken. No, do you know what? Okay, and when I anchored the news in Milwaukee, whenever I go back there, I go immediately to a restaurant called the Three Brothers, and they have Serbian salad, which is the tomato, onion, green pepper, and almost like an inch of shredded Serbian cheese on the top. Did you ever have that?
My grandmother would make that. Yeah, she did everything.
Most delicious salad in the history of the world. I'm depressed thinking that I don't have it with me right now. And then they'd make the most amazing pork chops, and then ceviche. That's the Serbian sausage. Did you ever have that?
We had that also. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but the main thing was I still got the recipe for my grandmother's Serbian nut rolls, and it's incredible. Just incredible.
Man. Yeah. I wish I had that right now, baby. Oh.
So Donald Trump, 2 days. What did he say? 2 days?
Yeah.
48 hours?
Yeah. He keeps giving these deadlines. I don't know.
Well, it'll end up being 2 weeks or something. Let's hope it'll end up. He'll do another, hey, talk to me in 2 weeks type of deal, because we have a very, very serious war here with a very unserious president. We really do. This thing is really, really getting out of hand. And I'm literally confused about letting the Russians take over to Cuba. I'm glad they did. But that part of it is a little mind-boggling to me that, he's that, I don't know. I have to use the word he's buddy-buddy with Vladimir Putin, that he's lifted sanctions and now letting him deliver oil to Cuba. But once again, I'm glad he is, but it just doesn't make any sense to what he says. This is not adding up. But if what he says is going to happen 48 hours from now, I'm going to tell you, this thing is going to get real. It really, truly is, if he does what he says.
I know, but he keeps giving these deadlines, I'm just saying he's all over the place. I don't know what's going on there.
And the civilian casualty count in Iran is really starting to get out of hand,
right,
too. No. That's another thing.
No. Did you? I wasn't alarmist, but I raised the prospect that when the F-15 went down, and then they shot on this Warthog the A-10, they and damaged it. That I was like, please don't let that crew become hostages. The one crew member is still missing. We don't know what the deal is there. But this whole incident is going to prolong this. Don't you think so?
Without a doubt. And I'll tell you, there's video out there I watched this morning of the Black Hawk helicopters getting shot at.
They're getting shot at while they're looking for this crew member.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, we're sitting on a hornet's nest, and I just hope something happens to cool this thing down before it's going to get to the point to where you're not going to be able to back out, and that's what's going to end up happening. I know there's other people on talk. I want to leave you with one tidbit that I just found out a night ago. Donald Trump's grandfather, Frederick Trump from Germany, they had a mandatory, you had to join the war, military mandatory. He left Germany at like 17 years and 10 months. Waited 4 or 5 years and decided he thought he'd go back to Germany and avoid all of that. Well, they caught him and ended up getting for tax evasion and desertion. They gave him 6 weeks to get out of the country of Germany, and that's how the Trumps ended up here in America. Wow. He was kicked out of Germany. Frederick Trump. So when they say that, the apple double, in this case, the nut doesn't fall far from the tree, it's just a pattern. Marco Rubio, they keep talking about birthright citizenship. Marco Rubio's parents, neither one of them were citizens of the United States when he was born here.
And I think they're still living.
Oh yes, yeah, and they weren't citizens when they had him. So,
which, wait a minute, I know, but and then Marco Rubio was. I could be wrong about this, but Trump and his going to the Supreme Court the other day with this birthright citizenship business, that would make Marco, if he got his way, that would make Marco Rubio not a citizen.
Exactly right. That is exactly right.
So I am right about that. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, the hypocrisy is just...
Marco Rubio was born here, but his parents were immigrants. They weren't citizens.
They were not citizens yet. Exactly right. Both parents, yeah. Now, Trump, with Melania and that, and Ivana Trump, yes, Donald Trump was a citizen, but Ivana didn't become a citizen until 3 years after all 3 of the kids were born. Mm-hmm. J.D. Vance's wife, immigrant. Donald Trump's wife, immigrant. I mean, it's just bizarro world. It really is.
It's bizarro. It's bizarro world. It is. Craig, happy Easter, my friend. Take care now.
All right, same to you, Mike.
Have a good night. Get going, dyeing those eggs. Get going. All right, listen, coming up. Bishop, you're next. I owe you one because I couldn't take your call before. And then David, and then Roger on the farm. My man, where have you been? Don't you dare hang up, Roger. It's Easter weekend. I have things to ask you about what's going on the farm. I want to hear about the eggs. I want to hear about everything. And I want to know what's on the dinner table for Easter Sunday, and I mean it. Don't you dare hang up. All right, Michael Bartley, KDKA. I'll be right back.
Your source for official traffic information. Hear it on News Radio KDKA.
Amazing April specials are underway at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. In our meat department, Amish Country Farm brand spiral cut hams are $2.49 a pound. In the produce department, fresh spring asparagus is $2.49 a pound. In the deli, available every Friday, Coons batter dipped fish sandwiches, $11.99 each. An additional savings this week, selected varieties of Land O'Lakes butter quarters, 1 pound package, $2.99 each.
Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play.
Who let the dogs out?
Spruce, Pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Obsessed with pizza? So are they at Slice on Broadway. The 2025 winner of World's Best Cheese Pizza Slice is right here in the Berg with 6 Pittsburgh locations, always serving delicious New York-style pizza, hoagies, and salads. Order yours today. Visit sliceonbroadway.com. Schley Deck and Fence Company. Call today for an estimate on your rotten, rusted, paint-shipping railings. Get your railings safe again by spring. Call 412-515-6575. Schley Deck and Fence. SchleyDeckCompany.com. Happy home improvement season from Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Home equity loan rates are as low as 5.25%. For full terms and to see if you qualify, visit AllegiantFCU.org. Membership eligibility required. Equal housing lender. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Details at KDKARadio.com.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
Ready to start thinking like Wall Street without leaving Main Street? Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 for a slice of advice with Kelton Burgess, right here on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Okay, welcome back. Yes, indeed. All right, back to the phones. Bishop and Denora. Bishop, you're on KDK. I didn't mean to toss you out before, but I was going on about religious stuff. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Phil. You said you wanted to talk about peace today, so that you made the executive decision. But I will say this. The Pope is doing a wonderful job. He's trying to bring people together.
I like him.
Even here recently, the last day or two, he's said some things that I'm sure that has ruffled that administration. Now, you would think that the Pope, who is a world religious leader, by strength of just the Christian faith and numbers, could be considered instead of these bozos. Although we don't even know where they're from. There's religious leaders, so-called religious leaders, who's trying to advise him. You would think that he would have a lot more, to say, as far as including the Pope. Now, here's the thing: you as a devout Catholic,
I wouldn't say devout.
Well, you cherish your faith, and that's a wonderful thing. What would it take for you as a Catholic? They're coming dangerously close of saying some things about the Pope. It's not good. I'm talking about this current administration. What would it take for you to really speak out if they did that to the Pope?
And to say what to the Pope? I'm having trouble understanding. Say it again.
They're becoming dangerously close of saying something about the Pope, this administration.
I that's interesting you say that, because I was talking to a priest friend of mine the other night, and guess what? They have not. He was saying how they have been consistently not responding to the Pope.
In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. But because the Pope has really been hitting in his own way. He's really been hitting this administration hard as when it comes down to peace and his stance against war, and his effort of trying to bring peace even over in the Middle East. And you can clearly see that the Pope is troubled by the actions of this country that was taken against the Iranians and what's going on.
Oh, this Pope has been very direct. There's no question, and so have a lot of the cardinals too. I mean, they've not letting a lot go by, and this Pope, as far as I'm concerned, directly went after Hegseth.
Oh yeah.
Because Hegseth said he's going to war in the name of Jesus, or so many words like that, and that's not that ain't gonna fly.
He's ridiculous. Now I wish that all of us be together. I wish, but we're not. But that was my hope. But I will say this one thing: the Pope deserves the Nobel Peace Prize coming up. In my opinion.
That's
and
interesting.
2 is, yeah. He's been before. He's been out there, and no doubt. Number 2 is we're in big trouble, and I wish the Republicans, along with the Democrats, but the Republicans in particular, would do the right thing. This man has got. Hey, I have to cancel one of my trips to Florida. Can't afford it. The gas, but not this.
When
this
were
guy,
you? What you mean because of driving there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you love driving. The gas is unbelievable now.
I'm driving in Kentucky. I left Cleveland last night, going to Kentucky right now.
Oh wow!
I can't go to Florida. It's too expensive. But let me just say this: this country is in a bad shape economically, but this war stuff. I hope and pray that they find a young man that was shot down over in Iran.
Me
but
too.
It's not looking too good.
I don't know if it's a man or woman. I don't know if it's a man or woman.
Well,
They haven't said.
Whoever, man or woman, and it's sad that this country. Now I will say this: did you see where his budget is? Did you see what he said? And I hope these maggots are listening. The federal government cannot look after Medicaid, Medicaid, daycare, all of it. I hope y'all understand what he's saying, but he wants $1 trillion for the military because of his words. We're fighting wars. You know what that means? He doesn't care about your sons and daughters, husbands and wives, nephews and cousins and nieces. He wants to put them in harm's way. Hey, my friend, have a blessed Easter.
You too. Wait, you're going to spend Easter in Kentucky, you said?
Yeah, I might even go to a midnight mass. How about that?
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be good. All right, you mean the Easter Vigil? Yeah, okay. All right. Bishop, happy Easter. Happy Easter to all. The flip side of that is a friend of mine today was telling me we're having a coffee, and everybody laughed. And I'm just going to say, I don't care what I say, and you take it tongue-in-cheek. It's all right. I got to listen to everybody on this show. You know what I mean? You think? Don't confuse me with someone who's afraid to say something. I ain't. So today, one of the guys mentioned MAGA, and I looked at him, and I said MAGA, and he said, "Yeah, you know what that stands for?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. Unfortunately." I said, they're not achieving. He goes, no, it's not what you think. It means, MAGA means morons are governing America. And he said it so loud at this coffee place. Morons are governing America. And he said it so, I never heard that before. Is that like a new thing? I don't know. I never heard it before. Everyone started screaming, laughing. There were a couple people that probably weren't too thrilled with it, but I think it was all in fun and tongue-in-cheek. So don't be getting too crazy the night before Easter, Sunday. I forgot about, who said something about dyeing eggs? That's tonight. I'm watching basketball. I ain't dyeing eggs. Those days are gone. But I love when the kids are at the dining room table dyeing eggs. I better see some pictures of that on Facebook. I hope I can, I hope so. I do. All right, I'd give you the phone number, but you know what? I can't take any more calls. I'm only here till 5 o'clock on Saturday. I'm going to talk just the last couple of calls here, David, and then Roger out on the farm. And I want to know what Roger slaughtered on the farm. He's my number one farmer. Haven't heard from him a while, but he's on hold. I want to know what he slaughtered for Easter Sunday dinner. And I want to know about, he's making $1 gazillion on eggs right now. Don't kid yourself. All right, Michael Bartley, KDKA.
Independence Health System has joined the Center for Organ Recovery, CORE, in celebrating National Donate Life Month and is encouraging people to register to become organ and tissue donors. A single donor could save 8 lives and positively impact hundreds more. Nationally, more than 100,000 people are waiting for an organ transplant, including 7,000 in Pennsylvania and over 500 in West Virginia. This April will help Independence Health System and CORE save lives. Sign up to become an organ, tissue, and cornea donor at core.org/register.
Planning for retirement isn't easy. If you don't know where to start, join Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors every Saturday at 1 for the Net Worth Financial Hour. Beth shares helpful tips and strategies that just might change the course of your retirement. Listen every Saturday at 1 to the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors. Net Worth Advisors, LLC, is a registered investment advisor.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Pittsburgh is on the clock. Our comprehensive draft coverage is powered by Bowser Chevrolet. It's more than just the players. It's the vibe of the city. Where to go? What to do? We have you covered. It's presented by Target Freight Management and brought to you by your local AAA travel office and by Groundworks, formerly Baker's Waterproofing. On the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. News, weather, traffic, and business every day. Hear it on News Radio KDKA. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
CBS News Brief. An intense search is underway for a U.S. service member whose jet was shot down over a remote area in Iran yesterday. The pilot was rescued, and an aircraft that was part of the search and rescue effort was shot and damaged. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer.
The loss of the 2 aircraft cast doubt on President Trump's statement last week that the Iranians had no anti-aircraft equipment left and its radar had been annihilated.
A busy day for the Artemis II astronauts who are halfway to the moon now. Flight Director Judd Freeling.
They'll be taking pictures, making observations, pretty much the whole day event, looking and making observations for the moon.
The holiday weekend is looking wet and stormy across the east, and meteorologist John Elliott says for the Great Lakes.
Widespread winter weather advisories for the western lakes. Yes, that's ice, that's accumulating snow, and that's going to make travel treacherous there.
CBS News Brief, I'm Heather Bosch.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The popularity of cremation is on the rise. Unfortunately, so is the cost. I'm Dustin D'Alessandro, supervisor and funeral director. To keep the cost down, The Thomas M. Smith Funeral Home and Crematory Limited in Blonox and the D'Alessandro Funeral Home and Crematory Limited in Lawrenceville have on-site crematories. By performing the cremation on-site without losing custody of the remains, our funeral homes can defray those costs and pass the savings on to you. Our fee for a direct cremation is only $1,250. This low-cost, direct cremation offer is available to all residents of Allegheny County. Surrounding counties will incur a slight additional fee based on mileage. Contact us with questions or to schedule an appointment by calling the Blonox office at 412-828-5700 or our Lawrenceville office at 412-682-6500. Our websites are thomasmsmithfuneralhome.com and DeLisandroLTD.com.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to goodrx.com/weight-loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
New to Medicare, get covered with MediConnect. Listen Wednesdays around 1:40 to hear Lance O'Brien of MediConnect help you navigate the Medicare process. Simply great, unbiased information to get you the best healthcare coverage. Get covered with MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Periods of rain into tonight, some of it heavy along with a thunderstorm, and any thunderstorm could bring damaging winds, a low of 49. A couple of leftover showers first thing tomorrow, but otherwise mostly dry for Easter Sunday with clouds, a high 53. For AccuWeather, I'm Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, back to it on Monday. Having a great weekend. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6. I'll catch you on Monday right here, KDK.
Okay, thanks so much. Michael Bartley in my last half hour till 5 o'clock, then special show at 5 to 6. And then John and Rachel, the Jagoffs, will be here from 6 to 9 here on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA. Back to the phones. Here we go. David in San Francisco. Haven't heard from you in a while, David. I was wondering how you've been.
Well, the leprosy caught me for a week, and I got over it though. It's all right.
No, you're okay then. You sound fine.
Sure. Hey, going with your Easter theme, there's supposed to be a new covenant that Christians no longer believe in an eye for an eye, and that they're supposed to turn the other cheek, and they're supposed to forgive others of their trespasses. And when you start looking at the quotes that are coming out of this Iran war, an eye for an eye is coming up pretty commonly in not only in Israel, but now it's showing up in Iran. And since all three religions, they're cousins of each other, the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims all believe in Yahweh. And Yahweh is, the orders to us are to be stewards of the earth. Well, we're clearly not being stewards of the earth. We're blasting it to bits. And the idea that we are now basically putting the entire earth at risk. When you start looking at the nuclear wastes that are being tossed around in Iran, we've blasted their nuclear site, and then apparently the negotiations, Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law,
I know,
and Ivanka's husband, and a slumlord buddy of Trump, Witkoff, they were the negotiators with the Iranians. And apparently Witkoff doesn't understand nuclear technology. And when the Iranians offered to drop down the purity of the uranium, Witkoff scoffed at it, put it off, and then we started bombing an hour or so later. But the Iranians were offering not only to reduce the purity of it, but also to transfer it to us. And so now, after we've hit the place a few times, and the uranium dust may or may not be floating around the area, according to Trump's quote the other day, we blasted it to dust. And he was somewhat acknowledging that it's radioactive out there now. He wants to take our top, invasive guys, the 82nd Airborne and the Marines, and these guys are not trained in how to clean up nuclear wastes, but he wants them to do it. And, the idea that this guy is pretending to be in charge when, in fact, he's so amazingly destructive in the orders that he's giving our troops, it's really profound. And I'm stupefied really at how humans are going to be able to get out of this one now.
And I do worry after the F-15 was shot down, and Iranian state media said, "Go snatch them up and hand them over, and here's a $60,000 reward." I don't want any hostages. I don't want that. That's going to really prolong this. Please, let's not have that. But I worried that this is going to widen and deepen. I really do.
Well, absolutely. And when you start looking, and I'm not joking about this eye for an eye business, because it's look it up in the news. Here's one a month ago. Ben-Gvir knew his threats. This is regarding Gaza. His threats that Hamas hurting hostages would be dealt with an eye for an eye. And then I believe Netanyahu said something about going an eye for an eye about a week ago. And then now the Iranians are specifically targeting Israeli spots using the quote eye for an eye. And what's pitiful is that I saw someone using translations about Iranian phrases that are used on Fox News actually mean that Jesus is on a cross. And so the idea that they're misquoting, it's the same as, if you're, oh, good grief, anti-Semitic.
Oh, right.
Well, Semitic means people of the Middle East. It doesn't mean Israelis specifically. It means anybody in the Middle East, Semitic people. And the idea that for years, decades now, we've been misquoted, the idea that humans build treaties, peace treaties and whatnot, and then by sloppy use of words, they're able to justify murder, just mass murder. We hit another school the other day. We hit the girls' school with 172
Well, this
dead
is going to go back and forth. Who knows what's going to happen. Roger, thanks so much, and happy Easter to you. All right, guess who I'm going to? You ready? Hey, it's Holy Saturday. It's the night before Easter. I'm going to my man, Roger, down on the farm. Roger, you there?
Yeah, Roger. Happy Easter for everybody on the radio.
Hey, you're where have you been? You've been working hard or what?
Working.
Why are you working so hard now?
Well,
this ain't the planting season, is it?
Oh, we got the corn in already.
I know you do.
Oh, yeah, we got the corn. We got the tomatoes in already by seeds. We go by seeds.
You put the tomatoes in by the seeds. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because we put
when I put the tomatoes in, I already have you buy the plants. You know what I'm saying? And you transplant
No, we
them
don't
in.
buy plants.
No, you do the seeds. I know. All right. What else did you put in there? What else did you put in?
We killed a couple turkeys. We killed some pigs.
Wait a minute. Wait.
We're having a big dinner tomorrow. We're going to have about 1,500 people tomorrow.
All right, you're way ahead of me. Wait a minute. Back up. What else did you plant already? What'd you put in there already?
Corn
and the tomatoes, and what else? And what else?
Yeah. Onions.
Oh, okay. Oh, the onions. Okay. All right. All right. Now, tomorrow's Easter Sunday. I want to know what you killed. I want to know what you slaughtered, so you have a big meal tomorrow.
Okay, we killed about 4 turkeys.
Yeah.
And 2 big pigs.
2 big
pigs.
pigs.
And we're having a big supper tomorrow for our eggs coming out from the church. And my sister, the nun, she's coming out. And tonight, we're going to have eggs. We're going to put eggs out on the farm, and the kids going to get dollar bills, $5, $10, $100 bills.
Wait a minute.
We're going to get them.
Wait, and you're going to feed 100 people tomorrow?
100, yeah, almost 150. Every year we do that.
This is the first time I ever heard in my life that your sister is a nun. You never told me that.
Oh, yeah, she keeps me on. When I swear, I get a slap.
Wait, what's her name? Sister, what's her first sister what?
Sister Mary.
Sister Mary. Was she a teacher?
Yep. How do you know?
Did she retire as a nun?
Yeah, she retired, yeah. She was yeah.
What did she teach? First grade or what?
She teach over there St. Pat's.
Oh, all right. Where's St. Pat's? Where? In Creighton?
I think it was.
All right.
I'm not sure. I got to ask her. I really.
But wait, she's retired. Does she live with you or with the order?
No. She lives by herself. She got,
Oh,
she's,
God bless her. God
she's
love
not
her.
married. She's not married. Nothing.
I know that. Wait.
But she's here now. She's out on the farm. I don't know what she's doing.
All right,
on the horses.
But wait a minute. So tomorrow you're going to have turkey and ham. When you slaughter those pigs, do you get the bacon out of there?
Oh yeah, we get bacon and ham.
You know how to do that. You know how to do that bacon. You have to cure that, though.
I've been doing that years. I've been doing that.
I know, but
years.
Roger, you got to cure that bacon.
I know. We do.
Do you? Oh wow.
Yeah, we do all of that.
Who are the people you're going to feed tomorrow? Who are you going to feed?
Well, some of the farmers are coming over.
Yeah.
And some of the firemen's coming over. Some of the policemen are coming over.
Yeah.
And we all the time have that every year.
Well, who's going to do all
a big bonfire out there. We burn it in the night. I hope the weather's good tomorrow.
I don't know. I was just going to say, I think it's rain tomorrow, but we'll have to wait. We got to wait and see. We just got to hold on.
Yeah, we changed today. The kids are here now. They're out there on the field looking for them eggs and stuff like that.
Oh, they're doing the egg.
Yeah, because we think it's going to rain tomorrow.
Yeah, but Roger, listen, who's going to do?
We're going to have everything inside tomorrow, Bobby.
I know, but where are you going to put everyone in the barn or what?
We got a log cabin house, and we got somebody made me a wrong wood table.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
There's 150 people would sit there. I mean,
my.
It's big.
All right, Roger, who's going to do all the cooking?
My wife, and some of the farmer people.
Oh man, who does all this?
She just made butter yesterday.
Did she? Oh, I wish I had some of that fresh butter. Oh man,
yeah.
She churned that butter. But wait, Roger, when they do the cooking, it's a buffet, isn't it?
It's going to be on the grill.
No,
outside.
I mean when those people come to eat at that long table. It's not, you don't serve them at their place. They get up with their plate and they take what they want. It's a buffet.
Yes.
Okay,
That's what we do. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't serve. You serve yourself because we don't know what people want.
You're lucky, you're smart to have those kids doing the Easter egg hunt out there now because it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Yeah, you like pig feet?
Huh?
Pig feet.
No, I don't.
Like
Wait, I'm going to tell you the God's truth. Okay, now, honest to God, if I'm lying, I don't know that I've ever had pig's feet.
Yeah, I cut the.
Why did you ask?
It comes to, we put water in and stuff, and it comes out to jelly the next day, and boy, it's good. That big pig's really good.
Why did you ask me if I like pig's feet? I don't think I've ever had pig's feet. Is it good?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Does it taste like
pig feet?
No, I don't think so. What's it taste like? A pork
You're
chop?
in the city. You're in the city.
I'm a city boy. I told you.
You're
Wait,
a city
Roger.
boy, top hands.
I know I'm a moron in the city. Wait, Roger. Hey, Roger. Does it taste like a pork chop?
Not really.
What's it taste like? A piece of ham?
Tastes like a pig. I don't know.
What are you talking about? Oh, man, Roger, you are the greatest.
I like pig feet. All right,
I'm going to have to try it. I'm going to just do my best to see if, I don't know.
You never heard of pig feet?
Never had it in my life. Never.
Oh, and it's good.
How am I supposed to have it? I don't see pig's feet. Roger, how am I supposed to have it? How am I supposed to have pig's feet? There's not going to be pig's feet on a menu. I don't even think I could buy it at the grocery store. I don't know. I guess so, but you got to be a farmer like you out there eating pig's feet all the time.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Big ham.
Oh, man.
Steaks, pork chops.
Wait, are you going to have steaks tomorrow, too?
No steaks.
No, you're going to have ham?
We're just going to have turkey.
Yeah.
And ham.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
I love ham. Oh, do I love it. Oh, my.
That's fresh.
Hey, listen. Tell everybody.
Hey,
tell everybody.
Miss Piggy's want to tell you hi.
Oh, Miss Piggy. You can't be eating her feet. Don't be eating the Miss Piggy's feet. She's so sweet. Hey, Roger, tell everybody on the farm Michael Bartley says Happy Easter tomorrow. You hear me?
And everybody on the farm over here tell you Happy Easter and all your people on the radio.
That is so wonderful.
I don't listen to them too much because I'm busy on the farm.
I know, but when you're out, when you get in from the fields, I love when you call me.
4 o'clock, milk the cows, and in the night I gotta milk the cows.
I know that. I know.
Roger, you guys are on so great.
You're the
you
best.
Guys stay on about 11, right? Is that when you stay on?
Yeah, no, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Roger, you're the best. Happy Easter to you. Happy Easter to everyone out at the farm. I'll be back.
We're only 19 days until the draft. Everything you need to know surrounding the draft is right here. It's brought to you by Bill Few Associates Wealth Management, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Crowded waiting rooms, 5 rushed minutes with the doctor. No real answers, just solutions that mask symptoms. For so many, that's what healthcare has become. In and out, no time, no connection. Just another appointment on the schedule. At Pittsburgh Sinus Centers, it's different. They take the time to listen, explain, and design a plan built around you. Because real relief starts with understanding what's really going on, not just treating the surface. From allergy testing to in-office sinus and nasal procedures, their experienced team uses the latest technology and a personal touch to help you breathe, sleep, and live better. Here, you're not just another number. You're the reason they do what they do. Discover a better way to feel better, one that's built around you. Pittsburgh Sinus Centers. Schedule a consultation today. Call Pittsburgh Sinus Centers, 878-231-4950. 878-231-4950. That's 878-231-4950.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt and has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-300-4411 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-300-4411. One call could help reduce what you owe and simplify your monthly payments. Call 800-300-4411 now to find out how much you could save.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
He's downright entertaining, and he's on the voice of Pittsburgh, Michael Bartley. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Boy, those 3 hours went fast. Wow. What a great time with you this afternoon. It is Holy Thursday. And, we spent the first 2 hours, those messages of hope. Oh, my. Father Nick Vaskoff, the pastor of the Shrines of Pittsburgh and Divine Mercy Parish and the Strip District and downtown, all those churches, and my dear friend President Mike Snow of the Church of Latter-day Saints. What a wonderful guy. And you know what? And I had the first woman to be installed as Executive Minister of Christian Associates of Southwest Pennsylvania, Minister Liddy Barlow, who I served with on the Pittsburgh Human Relations Commission. We were both appointed by the mayor. That was about 10 years ago. And boy, what a wonderful person she is. And let me leave you with a little bit of her messaging.
Yeah. I think I would ask that person to think about the story of Jesus in his last days with his disciples. And to think about all the ways that Jesus puts himself immediately into the shoes of people who are lonely, people who feel abandoned by others, people who are struggling with their physical health and well-being. Those experiences are not distant from Jesus. Jesus knows in his own body what it is to feel lonely, afraid, hurt, and I think the message of the resurrection is that Jesus takes that deep solidarity with the human condition and offers us the promise that there is more on the other side of whatever we are going through right now, and that our pain can be utterly transformed by God for our good and for the good of the world.
Yep. Death is not the end, she went on to say. She said, death is not the end. The world is made new tomorrow. And my friend President Snow from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and my main man, Central Catholic, fellow Central guy, Father Nick Vaskoff, both said we need to open our hearts. We're going through a lot. We are. People are worried about this war, about inflation, about money, about relationships, about loneliness, about anxiety, about la 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 la. Open your hearts. The world is made new tomorrow. Yes, indeed. That's what we got to do. We have hope. We have hope. You know what? Be nice to someone tomorrow. I'm going to renew my thing on service. On service. On trying to do something for somebody else. That always makes me feel better. It does. It really does. All right, thanks all you callers. Thanks to all my guests on this Holy Saturday. If it's your thing, I want to wish you a happy Easter tomorrow. Enjoy. And I will see you Thursday, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Thursday, my normal 6 o'clock, all right? Michael Bartley on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA. Happy Easter.